Hi everyone, it's Deb here from Respiratory Support Nelson. Living with a chronic lung condition can make movement feel challenging, but staying active is an important part of living well. Thanks for joining me on the journey to move safely, build strength and confidence, and breathe a little easier. Today we're doing a 15-minute workout combining both standing and sitting exercises, focusing on strength, fitness, and managing our breath. I'll be using a set of 2 kilogram dumbbells for some of the exercises, but please choose a set suitable for your own strength level. You can also use household items such as cans or water bottles, or you can choose to use no weights at all. We will be exercising for 40 seconds at a time with a 20-second rest in between, but always allow for your own pace and recovery. We're going to get started with a warm-up, so let's get ready to move. We're going to start our warm-up with some shoulder rolls. Gently lifting the shoulders up and rolling them back. Loosening off through the shoulder girdle, up into the neck. You can keep that movement nice and gentle, not too fast, and importantly, make sure you're breathing steadily all the way through the movements. If you're comfortable too and you want to lift a little bit higher, really open that chest up, go ahead. Good. From here, we're going to do a press all the way up above our head, and then a press across our body, getting a little bit of that rotation in. Stretching tall, finding that link through the front body, and then pressing across with that rotation. Moving on to some legs. Coming into a heel dig. Placing the foot in front, landing on the heel with the focus on pulling those toes up and back towards you. Little stretch for the muscles at the back of the lower leg, but just as importantly, activating those muscles at the front of the shin that clear our foot when we're walking. From here, I want you to bring your feet a little wider than your shoulders if it's comfortable to do so. We're coming into just a gentle lunge to the side and then back the other way. And you can keep this movement quite small if that's more comfortable for you, or you can lunge it through a little bit further, pushing your hips out behind you. Well done. From here, bring those feet in and we're coming into a march just as this last part of our warm-up. Doing enough just to feel like we're breathing a little heavier than we were at the start, getting our whole body moving. If you're finding the breath is a little bit tricky, you can leave those arms on your body, support those upper breathing muscles, or you can bring your arms into it at the same time, get your whole body working. Last few seconds here. Well done everyone. Okay, we're going to move into a main part of our workout now. We're going to start with using both of our dumbbells should you choose to use them. And our first movement today is a bicep curl, both arms coming up and controlling it down. Here we go. Now you might notice I'm breathing out as I lift the dumbbell, and I'm pursing my lips slightly as I do so, helping slow the breath, keeping those airways open, allowing us to empty the lungs a little more successfully as we go, which allows us to get a better breath in as a result. Good. From here, take a 20-second break while I demonstrate the next move. We're going to be bringing those weights up towards our shoulders and one arm at a time, pressing above our head, controlling it back down and alternating sides as we go. Here we go. Anything above the head can be challenging for our breath, because those same muscles that help lift our arms up can also assist with our breathing. So again, focusing on breathing out as you press that weight up, taking the breath on the way back down. Good. From here, we're going to be taking our arms to the side of our body. We're coming back to a curl, but we're only going to go halfway, bringing the weights in towards each other, rotating them back out, lowering back down with control. Join on in. Here we go. Halfway, rotating them in, rotating them out, back down with control. Well done. We're going to give our arms a little bit of rest. We're going to pop those weights down safely out the way. We're going to work the legs. Using the back of the chair so you have a little bit of stability, we're going to come up, all the way up onto our toes, and then lowering back down, calf raises. Here we go, join on in. Now you want to make sure you're controlling the downward part of this movement just as much as you are with the up. So those muscles are working hard in both directions. Nearly there. Last 10 seconds. Good. Now we're going to continue along with the leg strength, continuing to use the chair for balance, working the side muscles of the hip here. We're going to be lifting the leg out to the side and then lowering it back in again. If the lift doesn't feel comfortable for you, then you can tap that foot out instead. Here we go. Lift or tap out to the side, control it back in again. Now you'll notice that I'm not putting my foot all the way back onto the ground as I bring it back in towards me. I'm just keeping it hovered off the ground. And you'll find quite quickly in doing that, that the leg you're standing on is working just as hard, if not harder, than the leg you're moving. So just do your best to keep that foot hovered off. If you need to put it down from time to time, that's okay. Steady breathing, utilising the pursed-lip breathing as you go. Good. Take that 20-second break. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. You might find in your recovery it's nice to just put your hands onto your body, support those upper breathing muscles, aid that breath in between. Here we go, other side. And again, lift or tap. Option to keep that foot hovered as you go. Nearly there, 15 seconds to go. Okay. From here, we're going to be going back to our dumbbells, but we just use the single weight for these next two exercises. We're going to be holding the weight nice and close to our chest, feet are about the shoulder width apart, rotating our body all the way around one way, back to the center, rotate back the other way. Here we go, joining in. Breathing out as you turn, and take your breath as you return. Finding that rotation movement through the body, loosening right up through the ribs as well, strengthening the muscles through the tummy. Okay, take your break. Again, it might be nice to support those arms on your body, again supporting those upper breathing muscles. Focus breathing out through your pursed lips, through that recovery. We're continuing with the single weight for the next one, where we're going to be pressing it away from our body, then taking our weight over as we do a little tap behind us. Join on in, pressing out. Take more weight onto one foot to free that other leg up for that little tap behind. Nearly there, last few seconds now, 5 seconds. Okay, let's give those weights a wee break. Popping those out the way. We're going to move on to some exercises where we're just aiming to get our breathing up a little bit more. It can be scary when we're working and we are breathing a little heavier, but it's okay to be puffed, it's okay to be breathless, especially with exercise. So we're going to start with some marching on the spot. Now you can find your own pace here, but you do want to find a pace that allows you to feel like your body's working that bit more and you are breathing that bit heavier. If you need the support on your body to help you along with that, that's okay. If you feel okay to bring your arms into it, then do. And we're going a little faster than our march that we did in the warm-up, if possible, allowing ourselves to breathe that bit heavier. Your little check here is to make sure that you could still speak a short sentence, 4 or 5 words, and as long as you can do that, you're okay to keep going. Well done. Okay, so taking your 20-second rest, recovering any way that feels comfortable for you, those arms supported, or it might be you might like to use the back of the chair and give your body some support in that position instead. Option to sit down if you need. Next exercise, we're going to be doing some punching. Punching forward and slightly across your body, again finding a speed that feels okay for you. Option of adding a little tap of the foot if you wish. Again, checking that you can still talk those 4 or 5 words, a short sentence. If it's getting a bit tougher than that, it would be harder to speak, maybe 2 or 3 words, then that's telling you time to ease back, maybe stop, recover, and then join back in again when you're feeling ready. Keep that pursed lip breathing going. Okay, taking another rest. Again, support your body any way you need. Back of the chair, option to sit down. Focusing on breathing that air out through your pursed lips. One more exercise, we're going to continue to work at keeping this breathing up a little bit. We're going to take a step out to the side and back in, other side and back in. Option of bringing the arm with it if you want. Find your own pace that challenges you. Here we go. Ten seconds, do your best here. Good, okay. We're going to back into using our weights. And we're coming to the chair into some seated exercises. If you need to sit right back in the chair and use that support, that's okay. Otherwise, you're staying slightly forward. We're keeping those weights just nice and tucked in front of our body. We're coming into a slow lift of the knee on one side, and then a slow lift of the knee on the other. The key is not to rush these movements, slow and controlled. If you want an extra challenge, you can rest those weights on the legs so that you're challenging the muscles to lift that extra little bit of load as you go. Last 5 seconds, do your best to keep it going here. Well done, and taking that recovery. You may find you want to use a bit of support of the chair here in these 20 seconds, supporting the body, allowing that breath to come a little easier. Our next exercise though, we're going to be at the front of our chair, slightly leaned forward, weights at our side. We're going to be bringing those elbows back into a row, squeeze of the shoulder blades, and then a slow lower. You can see that I'm keeping my gaze about 1 metre or so in front of my feet, looking after my head and neck posture, so we're not looking straight down and we're not looking straight up either. Give me a little hold with that squeeze of the shoulder blades and then that slow release. Last 5 seconds. Good, well done. Okay, we're going to be moving on to some sit to stands. You can choose to keep both of your weights, have only a single weight, or you can put them down altogether if that's best for you. If you're continuing to use your weights, keeping them nice and tucked towards your body, going to be standing all the way up, pushing your hips back, sitting back down again. Here we go. Now you want to find your own pace here, enough to feel like you're being challenged, but again, managing your breath, making sure you could still be speaking those short sentences and allowing yourself to slow down and recover if it's getting harder than that. Do your best, 15 seconds left. Working these big muscles of the legs, they use a lot of oxygen, which does mean they'll make you puff a bit more, but if we get them stronger, they get more efficient at using that oxygen. And as a result, you can do more before you get breathless. Well done. Okay, we'll pop those weights away now. We are finished with those, but we have one last move, working still at keeping that breathing up for this last little bit. We're going to do 8 running arms, 6, 7, 8, and then support the arms and go into 8 marching feet. Here we go, joining it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Find your own pace and rhythm. Almost there, 10 seconds to go. Well done, everybody. You did it. We're going to go straight into our cool down here now. And our first focus is simply on the breath. We're going to be scooping that breath in. And then that gentle breath out through some pursed lips, slowing the breathing down. From here, I want you to place one hand forward, open the arm up all the way, and then bring it across your body, stretching out the shoulder. Well done, everybody. Continue to focus on your breath as we're cooling down here, continuing to use your pursed lip breathing to manage any breathlessness as you need. Swapping over, again we're going to start centre, taking the arm away from the body, opening up through the chest in front of the shoulder, bringing it across, a little extra push around, stretching through the muscles of the shoulder. Good. From here, I want you to bring your hands behind your back or to the side body if that feels better. We're going to be pulling those arms down and back and then looking down at the same time, lengthening through the neck into the shoulder. Breathing into the belly from here as best as you can. Okay, using our chair for balance now, we're going to take one leg behind us in a reasonable sized step, keeping the heels down in both legs, staying nice and upright, tucking your bottom under slightly if you can, as we bring our weight forward onto that front leg, opening up through the front of the hip, stretching through the lower leg. Swapping over, using a chair for balance as you need. Other side. Well done. And to finish our workout today, I'm going to take 2 breaths to finish our class. Here we go. Breathing in, coming up nice and tall. Now I want you to breathe that air out slowly as you bring your hands down through the center. One more, here we go. Great job, everyone. Thank you for taking the time to exercise with me today. And remember, every movement counts towards breathing a little easier. See you in the next one.